Stay at Home Dead, Chapter 57. Reggie killed Benny, I said, the words feeling funny coming off my tongue as I spoke them. Shayna's limp figure managed a nod. That's absurd, Deborah said, but watching her sister carefully and making sure she was out of striking distance. He told me you killed Benny. Shayna lifted her head. Her tears had turned her mascara into smudgy black circles around her eyes. Her cheeks were flushed pink. She wiped at her eyes, streaking the mascara to the sides. Of course that's what he told you, Deborah. She coaxed in Deborah much in the same way you expect someone to say, disease-ridden who. Her mouth tightened, grimaced, and worked its way into a bitter smile. Reggie's been lying to you from day one, she shook her head. To both of us. Bob bumped his head against my leg. I reached over and scratched his ears. He pressed his head hard against my leg, and we both kept our eyes on Shayna. She wiped harder at her eyes. Killer Kids was just a way for Reggie to steal money, all right? He was never serious about turning it into something real. He was just in it for the money. It was a scam, I asked. She nodded. He was using Odell all along. He was just looking to take everyone's money. Deborah squinted at her sister. Why were you sleeping with him then? Same reason you were, she said, frowning at her sister. Because he was good looking and available. But you and Benny were married, I said. Shayna looked at me like I was a baby New Year. Not everyone has a stupid fairy tale as marriage, Deuce. It was the first time I ever heard anyone describe my marriage like that. Did she really think it was a fairy tale? Julianne and I were happy and in love, but our marriage was work, just like anyone else's. It was strange to hear it described as if it was better than everyone else's. Benny and I should have gotten divorced years ago, Shayna said. He cheated on me, and I cheated on him. We both knew our marriage was over a long time ago. Yeah, because he knew you still loved Deuce, Deborah said. Wicked smile slid across her face. Whoa, awkward. Shayna cut her eyes to her sister. Relationship analysis from this town slut. How ironic. Deborah wrinkled her nose and shrugged, like she heard it before, and grown comfortable with her role and rose petal. Shayna turned back to me. So yeah, I had an affair with Reggie. But I didn't know he was stealing Benny's money, not at first anyway. Bob curled up in the ball next to me. How did you find out? I asked. Benny, she said. He figured it out. He found it on the computers here at the store. He found the account number where to deposit the money. It was supposed to be some sort of savings account, but Reggie started acting funny. So Benny found the account and guess what? Her face clouded over with disgust. Money was gone. All of it? She nodded. All of it. All that we had given him, all that Odell had given him, and all that Billy had given him. Billy, I asked, surprised to hear his name. Cadwell? She's sleeping with him too, Deborah chimed in. Shane ignored her. Yes, Billy invested too, and Reggie took it all. What did he do with it? Hell if I know, Shayna said, rubbing her knees with her hands. But it was gone. Everything she was telling me made sense, but it seemed a little surreal. I wasn't sure how I was supposed to determine whether Shayna was telling the truth. So why haven't you told anyone this? I said. If he killed Benny, why haven't you said anything? And why have you been content to let people think I did it? She pulled her eyes away from mine and studied her hands on her knees. Because I'm stupid, Deuce. I let that hang in the room until she was ready to continue. I let Billy lead me by the nose, she finally said. Benny and I were a mess financially. That money he gave Reggie was honest to God all we had. When we found out that was gone, we knew we were screwed. That's why Benny confronted Reggie. He confronted him? Same morning they found Benny in your van. So you knew Reggie killed him, I asked. I had an idea, she said, still staring at her hands, but I couldn't prove it. I called Billy as soon as the police called to tell me I was crazy, drunk, out of my mind, and there was a possibility that maybe you could have killed him. It was Billy's idea to hit you with the lawsuit and to fire the restraining order. Benny left me with nothing. Suing you was the only way to get my hands on any money. Idiot, Deborah whispered. Shayna laughed. Yeah, I'm the idiot. At least I didn't talk my friends into trying to kick Deuce out of his room daddy job because Reggie suggested it. Deborah's face froze, all the collagen in her lips and cheeks coming to an abrupt halt. That's true? I asked, though I was already certain that it was. Shayna raised an eyebrow and smiled at her sister, happy to have put her on the spot. Deborah managed to thaw her expression and gave a slow nod. Yes, I brought it up to Sharon Ann. She blinked rapidly, replaying something in her mind. And yes, it was Reggie's idea. God damn him. Reggie seemed to have quite the power of manipulation. He said everyone would end up thanking me, she said. Since everyone was saying you were the one that killed Benny, they thanked me for helping to have you removed. But I thought you said he told you Shayna killed Benny. She continued blinking. Letting it all play out in her head, he did after the meeting last night. As to why Benny ended up in your van, Shayna said, staring at her sister. Deborah shifted as if a sheet of tacks had been placed in her underwear. What are you talking about? What did you tell Reggie about me? Shayna said, but there was very little question in her tone. What did you tell him to try and get him to dump me? You just said it a minute ago. Deborah thought blank some more, then cleared her throat. I told him you still love Deuce. Seriously? Awkward. Shayna nodded. Exactly. You gave him the perfect person to put Benny's murder on. Deborah looked at her sister. She swallowed hard, her lips pressed together. As the realization dawned on her that she had done just that, Shayna shook her head like it didn't surprise her. Reggie's managed to get everyone looking everywhere but where they should be looking at him. As I tried to keep it all straight in my head, I had to admit that it fit. Reggie had scanned them all several times and played against everyone against one another. Bob stretched out next to my leg and pushed his hand against me again. I looked down at the cat. Reggie had played me too.